Company. Happy Monday. Good evening. I'm never on this late, y'all. Look, I still have my sunglasses on. I forgot about them. Y'all, I'm so glad to see you all today. I was live earlier today doing just a haul and showing you all of the things that we picked up this weekend. And the day just sort of got away from me today, but I have to come live and do my Christmas in July craft with y'all. So I wanted to make sure that I did that before I went to bed. And so anyways, we have just had a busy evening, and now is just the time that I could come on. So that's what we're doing. We're on late. So hopefully I get some people who will be able to join me this late. It's funny because this weekend when I met with Dina from Designs by Dina, I was giving her a hard time about how she's always going live so late. And I'm like, I'm in bed at the time that you are going live. And here I am doing it myself. Live at almost 10 o'clock at night when I should be in bed. Hi, Lori. Hey, Rhonda. Hi, Chrissy. So we are going to do a DIY wrapping paper, a very simple wrapping paper idea. It's going to be really cute and very easy. And we're going to be using our stamps, okay? Our letter stamps. So we've got all kinds of different letter stamps available on the website. They are all an additional 15% off today. Don't think they were on sale, so it would probably be just a 15% off today on all of our stamps and our stamp blocks. These come in a package of 2. You get this size, and then you also get a smaller size that's like a little square like that you can use for just 1 letters or 2 letters. So we're going to be using that, and we're going to be making some fun wrapping paper. We're also going to do some bags as well. I'm just going to show you just something really simple that you can do. It's just a fun way to have something custom, but also really beautiful and fun. And this is something that you can do for anything. So while we're going to do it for Christmas, you can do this. You can make it for any event that you have. A wedding, a graduation, back to school, a birthday, just anything. You could make something custom, and it would just be a really fun, easy way to do something really fun. So that's the plan. Hi, Carol. Hey, Allison. Hey, Rosemarie. Hi, Linda. Cutsinger and Linda Taylor. Hi, Aletta. Hey, Laura. It is past my bedtime. Yes, it is. Hey, Dorothy. Good evening. Hi, Maxine. Hey, Danae. Hi, Linda. Hey, Jennifer and Laura and Jezelyn. We just got back from football practice. Football practice ended at 8. I came home a little bit early, meaning like about 10 after 8, and put a dinner in the oven for Griffin. Made myself some dinner. Andrew had already eaten, and then we chatted about football for a while, and that is where we are right now. So then it's time to go live. Surprise, surprise, Teresa. Hey, Shirley. Thank you, Laura. Hi, Kimberly. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Wendy. Okay, so let's get into it. So you can do this on any kind of scrapbook or any kind of wrapping paper, especially depending on the kind of ink that you have. I'm going to be using this one here. It's the Archival ink. I got this from Hobby Lobby. You can use just a solid wrapping paper like this one that came from Dollar Tree. I'm actually going to be using a craft paper, though. This one right here. I couldn't find the craft paper rolls at the Dollar Tree. But I have this, so we're going to be using this. And then I'm also going to be using these craft bags from the Dollar Tree. So you can use a craft paper roll, which is super cheap. And you can use that and make some really cute paper out of that. Or you can get a solid color and do this as well. You can also use different colored inks. So you can do lots of different things. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to first take this box. We're just going to wrap this box up just so y'all can kind of get an idea of how this looks. So I am just going to, this box needs, I'm going to go on and wrap it, and then I'm going to cut another piece because it needs 2 layers. You're going to be able to see through the paper. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces. We are making DIY wrapping paper. All right, so I'm going to go on and just wrap this one just so that I can then cover it. It's not going to, whoops daisies, didn't mean for that to happen. I don't want to see the pattern, so I'm just doing this as a cheat so you don't see that pattern through the paper. So y'all know how to wrap a present. I don't need to teach y'all how to do that. Get this wrapped real quick. And then I'm going to move on and show you how we're going to do this wrapping paper. It's going to be very simple, but really pretty. We're also going to wrap the present and package the present to just kind of give you some ideas. Wrapping presents, I love to wrap presents at Christmas time, especially if I have time, especially if I have like an afternoon to myself and I can just sit and wrap and make bows and make them all look pretty while I'm watching a Christmas movie. Love it. Do y'all like to wrap presents or do you dread it? Okay. Hey, Dawn. Hi, Rhonda. Thanks for celebrating. Hey, Tammy. All right, so I got it wrapped, so I'm just going to set this aside. Yeah, the first 20. Okay, and I'm going to take my paper, and it doesn't, I don't think, matter which side, but I'm going to flip it over because it's rolling up. All right, so I've got my paper cut to size for my present, so I know that this is about the size that I need it. What we're going to do is we're just going to kind of create our own stamp, okay? So we have all different types of fonts that you can choose from on our website. So I'm going to be choosing from these right here. So this one here is just a simple block letter. This one here has the serif to it. And then, no, Dawn, it's not. I got it from Temu or something like that. And then this one here is a script. Okay, we also have the script in lowercase as well, which I think might be pretty. So we might do that. Okay, we've got the uppercase and the lowercase of the script. So I think I'm going to do the script. I think that'll be pretty. And we got to come up with a saying. So what's a saying that we should do? We can do all kinds of different things. You can do Merry Christmas. You can do Holly Jolly. You can do Ho Ho Ho. I'm trying to think, is there something I could do that wouldn't repeat letters? Because that's going to make it really easy to do our wrapping paper if we're not repeating our letters. So let's see. What could I do? All I can think of is joy. Joy to the world. Joy to the world would have 2 T's in it, so I would have to repeat those letters. I know, it's a fun surprise, isn't it, Terry? Noel. So we can do what we could do. Let me grab another block. Deck the Halls is so close. It's got 2 E's and 2 L's. I'm just trying to make it simple. So let's do joy. Okay, J. And then I'll grab my lowercase O and Y. Hey Gina, we are making a DIY wrapping paper. Okay, I think we need to move. I need to move them up. Okay, let's see how this looks. Do I like the lowercase? Okay, so that's joy. So remember, you gotta do it backwards. So when you look at it this way, with the stamps on the back side, it should look right. We could also do another one. So if we did on the other block, Noel, nope, I can't do that. I would have to do it separately. And I can't do peace. Okay, let's start with joy. I'm going to show you all this. You're basically going to stamp in a pattern. So I'm just going to stamp my stamp right into my stamp pad. And I'm going to start here at the corner and just stamp on joy. Okay, so you can see that right there. And then what we're going to do is just repeat. So now I'm going to come down and stamp. And you're just going to keep doing this. And you're basically going in diagonal stripes like that. Thank you, Gina. I'm glad that you watched. And you just keep going all the way all over the paper. You can also, just kind of stamp off the paper a little bit if you need to kind of have that repeat. So we just keep going. And it doesn't have to be perfect. we're almost done. Look how beautiful this is going to be. Hey, Sandy. You can't see it? I'm going to show it to you up close here in just a second. All right. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, see how easy that was? Now you could also, if you wanted to, grab a permanent marker. Now this is all, you know, whatever works best for you. Let me see if I can find a black permanent marker. Here's one. Okay. So you could take a permanent marker and you could go through if you wanted. And you could do just some simple trees. Hand drawn. You could also, if you have a stamp, you could stamp these on. But it's supposed to have that hand done look. Okay, so see the trees? You could also do just simple triangles with a stick for your trees as well. Just like that. Yeah, you could just stamp anything. So then if we take this and we wrap this up, I mean, that was super quick, right? Terry, this is actually masking paper, but you can use just like a regular craft paper roll or like a shipping paper roll or something like that. The paper weight really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get this wrapped up. Yes, you could put the person's name all over it. That would be really fun, especially on Christmas. You would know exactly whose gift it was that you were had under the tree. I didn't know that, Marcia, but someone did tell me that they had a new one opening, but I didn't know anything about when it was. Okay, let me get this side. last piece to tape up. Here we go. Okay, so look at how cute that is. I honestly don't think anyone would know that you made that. No one would know it. That is super cute. I'm going to put another tree right here because it looks like it needs to be balanced out a little bit. Okay? And then you can wrap this, you can package this up. I'm going to show you something that you've probably never done. And that is, we're going to use raffia. Christine, the paper is actually from Amazon, and it is called masking paper that you would use for painting. So you can take your raffia, and if you got a long enough piece, you can actually just wrap it up with your raffia and tie a bow. Now, you may not be able to do this with some of your bigger packages, but you can add a raffia bow to the top of them. So like I said, you might not be able to wrap the raffia around, but you can definitely make a bow and then just glue it on. I'm going to pull this up here, and look how cute that is. I'm going to see if I've got a tag that would be cute to add to this. Like, for instance, these little stamps here. These are the papers that we sent to all of our email subscribers. They all got this set for free. So if you're an email subscriber and you haven't found this in your email yet, make sure you check that out. I'm going to cut this stamp out right here. I feel like it's going to be cute used as a tag on here. By the way, the raffia we have available on the website, it's a really great price. You get 3 of these bundles. They're a really good size and good quality. You can get those on the website for 15% off today. So then I'm just going to take this, and you can just write, you know, someone's name on the back. Let's say this is for Joy. And then I like to just tape it on, or even take just a little bit of hot glue. Just do like a dot of hot glue. And then I like to just stick it right on there. Just like that. And look at that adorable little package that we did with the stamps. Super cute. No, this was not part of the paper subscription, Christine. We sent it out to all of our email subscribers. So if you're not an email subscriber, make sure that you do subscribe to our email. And we sent out this set to our email subscribers. So it was a freebie. So that is the first idea. And the next one is very similar, but we're going to do it on a bag. So you can take these Dollar Tree bags, any color that you want. You can do red, you can do whatever color goes with your decor. And you're going to use this side that doesn't have the tail on it. So this sort of straight side. And we can do something else. So what if we do a mixture of letters? Okay, what would that look like? So I'm thinking if we did, let's grab Mary, or an M for Mary, and then I'm going to grab this block E, and I'm going to put it wherever I feel like it works best. And then I'm going to grab this serif R, and I'm going to kind of move them around. And then I'll grab the lowercase r that is, let's see, they're looking a little crooked. And then we'll grab a Y. Let's grab the straight Y. See what this looks like. The only thing I'm worried about is if that spacing's too much in between. Let's test it and see what it looks like. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper here and we can test this. Before we stamp it onto our bag. So I don't think I like that. I think it's too close together, or too far apart, I mean. I'd like for them to be a little closer together. And we could cut them, but let's see here. What if we did M-E, what if we did a capital R, 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 Y, and then a capital Y. Let's just see here what that looks like. That might be cute. Let's try this. I didn't get it very good. Okay. That middle is not, I think I'm not pushing down on it. Is the problem. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cute. I like Mary. So let's do that. We did the different, some capital and some not. And we're going to do this across the bag. And for this one, I'm going to go in rows. The bag's a little bit harder to do because of the handle. Isn't it fun? So that's how it's looking so far, which I think is really cute. As I get further down, it's going to be a little easier to do. So I'm doing 2, and then the next one I'm doing the first one in the middle. And then I'm just doing the M on that side and the RY on this side. And y'all, you could do this in different colors. Just have fun with it. Okay, last one. Okay. Thank you, Tina. All right, so look at that. How cute is that? Now you could also, if you wanted to, you could flip this and do the back side as well. But so cute. So then you can take some raffia. And we can use this for our bow. Hi, Deborah. All right. Let's tie a bow on here. Just like that. And then we can just cut the excess. Okay, that's a good tip, Gina. All right, so there's our bow. And then we can do a tag, again, if we want. I'm going to use one of these from this month's craft paper design. I'm going to use this Santa, I think. I'm just going to cut it out with some scissors. And then I want to distress this a little bit to make it match this look, because right now, to me, it's too clean looking. So I am going to use some of our distress ink. I am going to use Vintage Photo. So we'll just take some Vintage Photo, and this is just going to go around the edges of our tag. This is just going to give it that more distressed look that's going to go with our craft bag a little bit better. Just like that. And then you can do a couple of things. You can take this and just put a hole in it. And you could, when you tie your bow, let me undo this. So then when you tie the bow, just take one of these pieces of raffia and just insert your tag in that piece of raffia, and then tie your bow together. Yeah, baby? Yeah. Fine. Listen, that mess there needs to be cleaned up, because Trisha will be here in the morning and she's not going to want her desk to be dirty. Hey, Sue Ann.
You share this to everybody.
I will, just a second. All right. And there you have it. Cute little bag and cute little package using this simple technique with your stamps. And y'all, you could even do other stamps. If you didn't want to do letters, you could do Christmas trees. You could do anything and just stamp them on. It's so quick and so simple, but really adorable for a really custom look. You can do, like someone said, you could do anyone's name. That would be really fun to do. You could do any word, right? Any word. So even every single bag or every single box could be a different word if you wanted to. If it's for a teacher, you could do, back to school is almost here. You could do the teacher's name for a gift and just have their name going all the way across. That would be really fun. So there's a lot that you can do with this. It would be just super fun. So make sure you check out all the letter stamps, combining the letter stamps for multiple different styles, kind of like we did on the Mary. Is super cute. Gives it a little bit more of a whimsical kind of a vibe. So check out the stamps, grab some different ones. They're 15% off today. And then the stamp pads are also 15% off these, the blocks, sorry, not the pads, the blocks. And then the raffia is also 15% off today. An additional 15% off. I believe the raffia was already on sale. So make sure you check that out. Griffin wants me to show you his project he's been working on really quick. He can't show it to you himself. His grandfather builds model airplanes and has for years. That's my mom's dad. He builds really beautiful, large scale model airplanes. And he gave Griffin a sort of a plain body and wings. And so this is what Griffin has been working on. This is Griffin's airplane that he's been working on for the past couple of days. So he just wanted me to show you all this.
And the body and the wings were separate. I put them apart.
He put them all together, nailed them down. He's also put his football number on here. So if you all didn't see my post earlier, we will be having these numbers available on our website here soon. Griffin got one and put his football number on there. Super cute. Good job, bud. You're doing good.
Thank you, Mommy.
All right. Rudolph would be so cute. Absolutely.
Mama,
Yes, baby.
you want to know what I'm working on now?
What?
The tail part.
Okay. And Rudolph doesn't have any repeating letters, so that's really cool. So that makes it really easy. I recommend buying a couple of different stamp sets, because buy a couple of the same one, and that way if you have a word that's got 2 R's in it, like Mary, you've got 2 letter stamps for the R that you can add. That would make it a lot easier. So all right, y'all, have a good night. I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.